Yo, what's up, guys? I know it's been a minute. I low-key got caught up and if I'm being completely honest, I got burnt out. The amount of videos I was putting out was not sustainable at all, especially since it was the summer and then I started college and I just couldn't keep up, and it's pretty hard to make videos while I'm in college because I don't really have like my own room to do voiceovers, but I'm gonna make it work. I'm definitely going to have a more sustainable schedule now. As I'll try to do a video a week and then have like multiple like short form contents like my reels, my TikToks, my shorts, things like that. It's just YouTube's always been a burning passion of mine, and I'm looking at everyone else achieving their dreams, doing what they love, and succeeding. And I guess, I don't know, it low-key just sparked my passion again. I realized that of course I want to go to school and do well in the future, but I also want to document my fitness journey as well, more over powerlifting, because I feel like I really do have a future in the sport as long as I stay consistent and make progress and I don't do anything dumb outside. By the title of this video, I'm back and I competed at the Career Classic. The overall prep wasn't bad at all. I competed at the weight I was in, which was 82.5. Since I'm in USAPL, it's not 83 as it would be in the IPF. There were a few things that didn't go to plan prior to prep. My block prior to prep, I got sick, and for like 4 weeks I felt absolutely terrible. My body weight dropped from like 189 to like 179 to 177, and I was hovering around there. But in prep, I just try to recoup what I had, and honestly, it was basically like an easy cut to do, because the weight just like shed off my body because I didn't feel like eating, I didn't feel like doing anything. I just needed to sleep, which I did. I slept and I got through my classes surprisingly. I also did very bad on one of my tests because of that sickness, and I could not like focus at all. All I wanted to do was sleep, and my appetite was little to none. I already have a small appetite. Like, I can be full off of like 1,200, no, okay, that's pretty much the stretch. I can be full off of like 1,600 calories, which is not a lot. Plus I'm trying to gain weight. I'm trying to get back up to 190, and then hopefully for my next meet I can cut down to 182, so I can have like the muscle of a person who weighs 190 but then weigh 182 and compete at 182. Let's get on to my prep recap. I guess it was pretty easy. I only failed I failed my deadlift once, but that was a 365 due to grip failure, because at EOS they don't allow chalk, and I mean, I don't have chalk, but if they allow chalk I'd probably get some, honestly. But yeah, I also switched to a powerlifting gym after the meet, after convincing my parents to let me switch gyms to train on more comp specific equipment to do better later.
So generally I'm pretty like good at squats. I'd say it's like one of my strong suits. I feel like my form is pretty in tune to what I've been giving, like leverage wise. I was pretty confident on squats, I'm not gonna lie. During the off-season, squats always felt good. I made a lot of progress. Over the year, I actually went from not being able to squat at all not being able to squat at all because I had like knee tendonitis from maxing out like a lot from my transition to a beginner lifter to a novice. So I had to rehab that at the beginning of the year. But then when I started getting coached and doing powerlifting program, because I've only been doing powerlifting program for about like 36 weeks out of the year 2024, and my squat shot from like being able to do 255 for 3 up to doing 320 on comp certain equipment and with a comp depth as well. I think on my second attempt I felt the bar was not that high on my back, so it was kind of a grinder, but yeah, this was my last attempt at 145. This is also what I hit in my peak week during prep, which is pretty good. So for bench, I was kind of nervous because I'm gonna be completely honest. I was not comp pausing my benches during prep at all. A comp pause to me, I thought was a 2 count pause, but to be completely honest, it is extremely fatiguing when you have to lock your arms out at the beginning and lock your arms out at the end. Like, the time under the bar is something you have to train for, which is something I was not ready for. 85 is easy. I could like smoke that any day. I could smoke that like even being sick. Okay, maybe I'm not gonna reach that far, but yeah, I was not pausing because my ego got ahead of me. But now I am pausing everything. Like, even tomorrow, I have my primary day with the 2x2. I'm gonna pause everything because in competition, you're not gonna be able to just touch and go. That's just not gonna happen. So I think this is about 92 and a half or 95 kg, which felt pretty fast, I'm not gonna lie. So for my last bench, I feel like I got scammed, but there's nothing I can do. The judges they made me pause this for so long, but the reason why I didn't ask, but I reviewed the footage, and it was because at the bottom, I was low-key hovering the bar. Like, the bar was swaying. It wasn't moving like vertically down. It was moving like horizontally in that axis, if it makes sense. You're about to see. So I lock on my wrist. I'm like, damn, this is heavy. And also, look how far back my wrists are. Boom, pause. Like, okay, it felt heavy because I was fatigued. But yeah. Moving on to deadlift. I've only been sumo deadlifting so I did 2 blocks and a 6-week prep. So about 14 weeks, if I did the math right. So for my opener, for all my openers actually, we started pretty conservatively because this was my first meet. We had no idea how I do under pressure, how I do with the peak. It was pretty cool having like all my friends around me and my coaches and just W people, honestly. Yeah, for my second deadlift, I forgot the down command and I was already gonna like drop it. So I actually went down after I locked it out. This was kind of everything because if I did not get this deadlift, I'd be pretty sad. But this is 170 kg. I also hit this in prep. So something I learned is whatever you hit in your peak week is probably what you're going to be able to do on comp day. Unless you have super compensation, but there's a deadlift. I lock it out. I felt pretty confident on that. I was kind of pissed because yeah, it would have been bad if I missed it.
Pleased with how the meet went, honestly. Even though I did go for 7 for 9, the bench was my fault and the deadlift was my fault. It's not like there's anything like an external source could have done. It was on me. It was on me that day, I'm not gonna lie. But let's move on to the future. What are my goals for the next year, since it is the 3rd of January in 2025? I'm gonna be delusional, because there's a saying, if you shoot for the stars, if you shoot for the moon and if you fail, you'll end up with the stars, okay? So if this sounds delusional, I do not care. If I fail these goals, I don't care. If I get close to them, that's sick, okay? So my first goal is to get 400 dots, which is gonna be kind of a reach. Once you get to like 400 dots, you're actually considered a powerlifter. Like, I mean, that's just how it works, honestly. And once you get to 500 dots, you're considered like an international level, like, powerlifter. That's how it's going to be. I'm not sure if my weight class is going to change because I'm pretty tubby at 82 and a half. So if I can get to 190, lean out, and being in 82 or 83, whatever, that would be pretty sick. My next goal is a 600 kg total. So my total for the meet was like 410, so I'm gonna have to add 190 kgs to my total, but I think it's possible because I just cleaned up my form for squat, bench, and deadlift. I figured out what I need to do to warm up. My diet's on point, my sleep's on point, my stress is on point. All of my variables are dialed in. And to be completely honest, I had like a 290 kg total at the beginning of, okay, maybe that's kind of a stretch. For my squat, bench, deadlift at the beginning of 2024, I'd say it was 255 for 3. So we'll just say it's like 275, and went up to 320. And this is all over like 32 to 36 week period, plus the block where I got sick. So that set me back a little bit. Pro tip, do not get sick. Being sick is like, oh my God, bro. Like, I was at the lowest of my life, honestly. I was actually going to, like, something bad was going to happen, honestly. But anyways, so that's, and my squat went up to 320, as I said. This is in pounds, of course. I don't really know kgs that well yet, of course. My bench went from, I think, 200 to 226, which was on comp center equipment, but it's just touch and go. They're both touch and goes, honestly. And yeah, for deadlift, at the beginning of the year it was 345, and then it went up to 390. I've been cleaning up my sumo form, so I think I could easily like smoke, after peaking, of course, I could probably smoke like 400. So yeah, for the next year I have some pretty hefty goals. I want to compete in the East Open in May, so that's just going to be like a local meet again, because I want to do 2 meets a year. So my second meet of 2025 would be college nats. Wait, C-nats. I thought it was C-state. Okay, it's C-state, and then if I get a qualifying total for C-state, I'll be able to go to C-nats and then compete nationally. Of course, I'm not going to reveal what school I go to and what I'm going to compete under because I don't want to get doxxed, but those are my goals for next year. Overall, I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm feeling pretty good. I might look tired, but I've been sleeping pretty early and waking up at a reasonable time. Like, I've been sleeping at like 1. Okay, that's not that, but that's kind of bad. But I'm sleeping at like 1 and waking up at like 10. So I'm getting 9 hours of sleep. I've been drinking half my body weight in water. I've been eating as much as possible while not trying to get tubby, because I still weigh 180, but I'm not trying to like get fat 190 and then lean back. I could probably lean out to like 190 and then come back and be super lean. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, that's pretty much the end of the video. I've been kind of ranting for a bit. Sorry if this is long. We're trying to keep my videos like 10 minutes, and honestly, we have a long year ahead of us. I have a lot of things to do. I have to transfer colleges, move into a new apartment, which is in a completely different city, and that transition is going to be different, but hopefully I'll meet the new powerlifting team over there, and I can get acquainted and adjusted to the new environment. Hopefully it's better, because, I mean, honestly, I love where I am right now. These are my day ones. It's just the environment around powerlifting and the sentiment is very small, but I think that's how it's going to be for a few years, since powerlifting is an emerging sport. And I'm not saying this as a person who's good at powerlifting. I consider myself to be a beginning novice, which is extremely, I don't want to say weak, but extremely new. Let's have like an open mindset here and not talk down on myself. So I have a lot of things to do, a long way to go, but I'm surrounding myself with the right people, the people I've met, like my coaches, my handlers at the meet, my powerlifting team, where I am in college. Like, these are, I thank God for giving these people to me, basically, like introducing them to me, because they just push me to want to be a better version of myself and push me to make me want to be stronger and just better, because at the end of the day, we're all students, so we're trying to lift. And if they're students and they can be jacked as very strong, they can be very strong, why can't I be a successful student, and be very strong as well? So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up the video here. I'm sorry if I've been like on a tangent, but this is really my passion, and I want to go far and see how far I can go and push my limits. That's something I don't do. Normally I'm pretty conservative, but honestly, 2024 was about laying my foundation. 2025 is going to be building upon it, since we are kind of at rock bottom right now. but we're just going to build upon our foundations, get better every day, and then have this year start off on a good note, not overshooting, stay in the pocket, and just do better. All right, y'all. I'm going to see y'all later.